Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Renly and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you on video is your boy's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. The left hand is then free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar. The bugs are bad out here today. That's what Renly's looking at while he's sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is heeling. The command is Renly heel, and we have done a lot of heeling with Renly around other dogs, and he has learned to be less reactive, and that's what we're going to be practicing that with you when you come to pick him up. Nice automatic sits, so when you stop walking he sits automatically, and the object is for him to pay closer attention to you than he is to what's going on around him. The next exercise that Fred will demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and it is a one-word command. We don't use his name. And he has learned to develop quite a bit of self-control and focus so he can hold these commands longer. When you're practicing at home, I would start out at about a minute, and I would start practicing in the house where you can drop your leash. When Fred returns back to him, he walks all the way around him as an additional distraction, and Renly's been taught to hold that sit-stay until Fred gets all the way back around to heel position and they take off heeling again. And these guys have been real troopers because Fred and Renly have been working out in the heat that we've had, which has been brutal. Nice automatic sit, stay. And he's learned to listen. He's very willing. Now this time, instead of returning all the way back to him like Fred did the first time, he calls him. The command is Renly come. Renly should come and sit. So he should not be jumping on you. He can be enthusiastic, but he has to come in and put the brakes on and sit. And then he goes back to heel and they take off heeling again. And this is how we started out with Renly, one dog, one trainer. And then as he progressed, we started adding the distractions of other dogs, and he has done very well. But we just want you to see him work so you know what he's capable of, and he's capable of doing it with distraction. And Fred again is going to demonstrate the come on command. He praises him on the way in. You hear him saying, "Good boy." And Renly looks up at him, looking for that praise and that interaction. Now the next exercises that we're going to be demonstrating for you are going to be your down commands. And the first down is the down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, always have him seated first. You take your left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. The long down stay when you're practicing at home is for 2 to 3 minutes, working all the way up to 5 minutes. And when you're in the comfort of an air-conditioned building and you can lengthen this out and drop your leash and all of that. When Fred returns back to him, he walks all the way around him, returning all the way back to his leash, back to Renly's shoulders, and at this point, Renly expects to get another command, and Fred heels him out of that. He gave him a little correction for sniffing and not paying attention, but that's how we want him to focus completely on the trainer, the person that's on the other end of the leash, which ultimately is going to be you. So with him seated, left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. He's not really down.
Down. Yes.
There you go. So that shows you what to do. You can see he knows it, but he was just testing. I don't feel like doing it again. I've already done this. So you have to make him complete the exercise. And this time Fred's going to call him in. It is warm, so sometimes they just get like done. And then he goes back to heel. And the last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance, as we don't want to completely wear him out. It is very soupy out here. Fred's going to leave him in a sit stay, and he's going to turn to face his dog. He's going to use his right hand to give the command, and he gives him the down from a distance. Now, all Fred said to him was no. When he was anticipating being called, so we started to come, and when Fred said no, he laid right down. So he knew that he had made a mistake. Now, we have demonstrated for you all of Renly's skills on leash obedience training. When you come, we're going to have you work with him, and then we will also introduce the distraction of other dogs, so you feel confident leaving here that you can control your dog. And we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.